So my favorite thing about Christian nationalism is that it's doomed to fail. Because what happens when the various denominations of Christians who are Christian nationalists start attacking each other the way that they do other religions? And I really had to make this video because just yesterday, a Republican extremist in Texas went viral for using a flamethrower to burn the Quran, while promising to end Islam and saying that America is a Christian nation. And the simple reality is that that level of unhinged thinking does not really have limits. With the biggest irony being that, despite the majority of Republican Christians being Protestant, some of the most prominent faces of the modern far right are often those sort of tradwife Mormon influencers, or prominent Catholics like Michael Knowles, who even talk routinely of their Italian or Irish descent. And I bring that up because I moved to Boston last year, and for one of my history projects, we literally saw just how much Protestant Puritans during the colonial period would target and attack Irish Catholics and burn their relics because they saw them as witches and heretics. With the interesting detail that it got literally to a point where Christmas was banned from Massachusetts for over 20 years because it was seen as too Catholic. And that's just a glimpse of anti-Catholic bigotry in the United States. Even the KKK, yes, that KKK, hated Catholics so much that they made it their mission to lynch and attack them, with one of their failed plots involving them planting bombs around a Catholic university in Ohio. And when it comes to Mormons, there was literally a time when the United States government went to war with the Latter-day Saints. And this is after a governor put out an extermination order against Mormons and massacres were carried out against Mormon families. And obviously these are historical examples and things like this don't really happen anymore. But do you know why? It's because people embraced religious pluralism, legal protections for religious freedom expanded, and secular governance became stronger. And the types of fundamentalists that believe in Christian nationalism are the same people who despise those values. Values that protect even them from the worst of religious extremism. So right now, many right-wing evangelical Protestants, Catholics, and even Mormons are in a temporary sort of enemy of my enemy alliance under the banner of Christian nationalism. But history suggests that these alliances don't last because ultimately each of these groups see the other as heretical. Especially and specifically, evangelical Protestants have this view towards the others. And as Christian nationalists, to their credit, grow their influence and success in suppressing other religions, all that will be left are these centuries-old grudges. And you can already start to see seeds of things like this in the Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz interview, when Ted Cruz says that he's compelled by God to enact policies that defend the state of Israel, and Tucker Carlson's just like, what are you talking about? The Bible doesn't say that. And mind you, that's not a normal, logical policy debate. That's a display of two interpretations of Christian doctrine coming head to head. One that sees the Israel mentioned in the Bible as synonymous with the state of Israel as it exists today under Benjamin Netanyahu, and one that only sees it referencing the ancient Hebrews of that time period. One of the founding fathers, James Madison, even realized that this would happen hundreds of years ago and put it succinctly when he said, "Who does not see that the same authority which can establish Christianity in exclusion of all other religions may establish within the same ease any particular sect of Christians in exclusion of all other sects?" So good luck to all the Christian nationalists when you guys have to duke it out with each other. Because while you may be voting alongside each other today, your fellow MAGA fanatic probably thinks you're going to hell because of your beliefs and is probably itching to suppress your religious freedom just as much as they are willing to suppress the religious freedom of other completely different religions. But unfortunately, that's all I can fit in this video. If you want my full essay breakdown on this topic, just go to my Substack, History Can't Hide, by typing in historycan'thide.com, or if you're on Instagram, just comment the word newsletter below, and you'll be DM'd a link to my Substack account. Until then, let me know what you think of this topic, and if you have any other examples of various Christian nationalists attacking each other, feel free to share them. And of course, follow for more.